Sorry for the interruption of the video. I was in the progress of making another video. All in all, there's a little bit of beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I guess I have to show this again because I'm not posting the other part because I got called by my college advisor. And I can't post that because it was a scrap. So we're gonna...
If you have been wondering what the hell is going on between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I got you. I'm gonna break it down for you in like a couple minutes. In 2011, Drake...
I'm not gonna say anything because
he has a feature with Kendrick on that album titled Buried Alive. But at the time, Kendrick was very up and coming and Drake was on his second album. In 2012, Drake would go on to ask Kendrick and A$AP Rocky, who he now also has beef with, to be his opening acts on tour. In 2013, Kendrick is featured on the song Control with Big Sean, where he calls out a lot of the big names in rap and pretty much says, hey, I got a lot of love for y'all, but I'm trying to unalive y'all. And Drake and Big Sean were two of the names that he calls out. Later that year, Kendrick comes for Drake again at the BET Awards Cypher, where he says, nothing's been the same since they dropped Control, and tucked a sensitive rapper back into his pajama clothes, and then also calls Drake a fake. In October 2023, Drake and J. Cole link up for the song called First Shooter. In J. Cole's verse, J. Cole says, I love when they argue who's the hardest MC. Is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey, or is it me? And if you didn't know, K. Dot was Kendrick Lamar's original stage name before he was Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole also says, we the big three like we started the league. In March of this year, Kendrick is featured on a song called Like That with Future and Metro Boomin, where he says, MFing big three, it's just me. Basically saying, big three who? In April, Drake would go on to release his first diss track called Push Ups. In the song, he basically clowns Kendrick for being 5'5". He also brings up Lamar's previous record label, Top Dog, saying, Top Dog told you drop and give me 50 like it's push-ups, but what he's referring to is like 50% of all of his earnings go to the label. Drake drops another diss track called Taylor Made Freestyle. In the song, he suggests that Kendrick is likely waiting for Taylor's new album to drop so that he could then drop his diss track. Now, if y'all remember, Kendrick's first #1 was actually featuring on Taylor Swift's Bad Blood, and Drake suggests that Taylor is basically Kendrick's new top dog. Kendrick hits back with the song called Euphoria. In it, he calls out Drake's alleged plastic surgery. He comes for Drake's skin color, asking how many more black features do you need to feel black enough? And he also calls out Drake and his label, saying that they submitted a cease and desist to try to get the song Like That Kendrick originally made off the radio. Just yesterday, Kendrick then drops a response. In the song, he asks Drake if he's ever considered that someone on Drake's label OVO is working for him. And he also calls out Drake for paying to get info on Kendrick. The same day, Drake comes out with the song called Family Matters. He calls out Kendrick for being a fake activist. He also questions why Kendrick would call him out on his skin color when his long-term partner is a mixed queen. And Drake is mixed too. He also alleges that Kendrick has hit his partner, asking, when you hit a girl, is it self-defense because she's taller than you? Saying that Kendrick had to hire a crisis management team after finding out about her infidelity and hitting her. And literally just minutes later, Kendrick responds with a song called Meet the Grams, where he does 4 different verses. One is addressed to Adonis, Drake's son. One is addressed to Sandra, Drake's mom. One is addressed to Drake. And another verse is addressed to this baby girl who is 11 years old, who is allegedly also Drake's daughter, who he never sees, has never spoken publicly about. He calls out Drake for allegedly having offenders of the Nicki Minaj's husband type on payroll. It is brutal. He calls Drake a deadbeat, an alcoholic, a user of substances. He tells Adonis, don't cut corners like your daddy did, F-O-Zempic. And in addressing that daughter that Drake has never spoken about, he says that instead of being with her on her 11th birthday, Drake is out in Turks and Caicos paying for physical activity with women. Oh, and he also calls out Drake for hiding other children besides those two. And that is all the beef we have so far.
Alright, so that went over the little rundown of the little beef because I didn't want to talk about that whole thing about the whole, I don't know the whole information. This is again my little antic of just finding out. So, there's 2 diss tracks that went out. One of them was about Drake, one about Kendrick. And he's probably going to go over the 2 that were already left. But he doesn't know anything about rap. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't probably listen to it. But he'll go over the lyrics and everything. So, here we go.
Address the elephant in the room. I'm not the guy for this job. I'm just not. You can look me up and down, look at my haircut, and know that I've probably listened to more video game music than regular music. And you'd be fucking right. And there's a high chance, if you're watching me break this down instead of someone who's more in depth with the culture and actually understands what's going on to a higher degree, you're also someone who listens to a lot of video game music, maybe anime OSTs. You're also likely white. I'm just saying factually, you are likely white. But still, this is all I've been consuming over the past week, and likely you are the same. Or you are sick of hearing it and not understanding what the fuck's going on. So I'm going to break it down for you. As an English literature major, I can do that. I can read lyrics and distill them. The same with Great Gatsby. The same with Push-Ups by Drake. Anyway, let's get to it. This rap beef between Drake and Kendrick started 5 months ago, to my estimation, when Drake came out with the song First Person Shooter featuring J. Cole, which is a fire song. In fact, almost all these songs, except for one, are amazing. And I can't really play the videos because it will get the video copyright strike, maybe banned, so I'm just going to read the lyrics. It started because J. Cole had a line that said, love when they argue about the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, Kendrick? Is it Aubrey, Drake? Or is it me? We're the big three. It's what they call them. The big three, we started a league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. I feel like I'm the champ. I'm maybe the best. I don't know, maybe I'm the champ. Who knows? And that was it. You know, just that one line started this all. Because then 4 months later, on a future Metro Boomin song, Kendrick Lamar was featured, like that, also a fire song, and said, fuck the big three, it is just me. Actually, I'm the best. Screw you guys.
Motherfuck the big three. Gentlemen, it's just big me. Gentlemen.
That was basically it. And then got into a little bit more of an analogy between him and Drake as Prince and Michael Jackson. But we're going to ignore that for now. And then J. Cole, the guy who started it all 5 months ago when he brought up the big three, dropped a whole album called Might Delete Later. And in it had a song called 7 Minute Drill, which was, at its core, a diss on Kendrick Lamar. The whole song was that. And like, this is maybe one of the more iconic lines, but he goes through his albums. Your first shit was a classic. Your last shit was tragic. And yeah, goes through all the albums. And then within 48 hours of releasing this song, this diss track, live at one of his concerts, apologizes to Kendrick Lamar. Now, bear in mind, Kendrick hasn't said anything. He didn't come out with a song. He didn't come out with a statement being like, man, can't believe you made a whole diss song. None of that happened. He just went on stage.
I'll watch the video.
Project. For the first time, I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world, and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Boom, boom, right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been.
I don't know. There was a song that I know. Wait. I think it was Eminem. Most definitely Eminem. He respected J. Cole and Kendrick at the same time, which should be the greatest thing, the greatest compliment that they ever should get.
Blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I wanna say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean?
Like, damn! Kendrick really got the white flag from J. Cole.
Good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years.
Damn. He really said, nah, I don't want that smoke. He wasn't apologizing for the diss track. He was apologizing for letting someone get him out of character. Respect. The more I watch, the better it ages. He did the right thing. Look at Kendrick just did to Drake. Cole sleeping real well. His apology aged like fucking fine wine. I was clowning on him when he apologized. Then I looked at what Kendrick is doing to Drake, and I realized Kendrick genuinely made the right move. Everyone was laughing at him 2 weeks ago, but he dodged a missile. My bad. He dodged the whole universe going against him. Who else is here after Euphoria? Now I understand why he apologized. Right.
Buying a refurbished iPhone.
That God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path.
Literally was praying to God that he would not do a diss on Kendrick again, because it's not what his soul should do.
You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin, boy. Dude.
I hope Kendrick didn't take it personally. If you want to come back with a diss track, that's fine, but I'm just going to take it, and I will not reply anymore. And everybody made fun of him. And as a guy who likes the J. Cole song where he talks about coming prematurely the first time he had sex, something that I really vibe with, maybe in general, everyone thought he was a loser. They made fun of him relentlessly for days. And then eventually, Drake got involved. Because again, Kendrick did say, fuck the big three. It's just, big me. So J. Cole made his reply, backed out. After that, Drake comes out with his reply called Push-Ups. And if you cannot tell, this is a sticker that oftentimes is on a shoe, related to shoe size, because Kendrick Lamar is short, and he's a shoe size 7, which is small. And famously, Drake's got a giant penis. Anyway, in it, I think the most iconic line, at least to my estimation, he goes after a lot of people, not just Kendrick Lamar, but he says, I be with some bodyguards like Whitney.
Yo, I swear to God, I hope Kendrick Lamar, the reason why he's not posting a diss track, I hope he's grabbing A$AP Rocky, I hope he's grabbing The Weeknd, I hope he's grabbing, like, fucking everyone in the industry, Metro Boomin, Future. I hope they make a whole ass album just saying Drake is shit. Dude, if next Friday, the following Friday, they come out with a whole, oh my God.
Which is a maybe triple entendre, because, he's with bodyguards. Whitney Houston was in a movie called Bodyguard. And then also Whitney Alford is Kendrick Lamar's fiance. And maybe he's saying she's sleeping around with bodyguards. Maybe she needs a bodyguard because Kendrick has been accused of being a domestic violator, accused of domestic violence. So anyway, that's the line. Mm-hmm. And then drops a second track. Kendrick again hasn't said anything. One line total in this entire thing to this point, and he has had 3 songs made about him. Fuck the big 3. That's all he said, and 3 songs have been made about him. And this is the only song in this entire collection of songs we're going to go through that fucking sucks. It outright sucks. And it sucks because Drake used an AI voiceover thing to make him sound like Tupac, the deceased artist, and he, through the voice of Tupac, was saying, Kendrick, you have to reply to Drake, and here are some things you can say. Like, you can talk about how...
I want to listen to this because I never actually got to listen to it. So hold on. I'm going to mute Discord audio because, again, I don't want to get copyrighted. If you want to listen to this on your own or however you want. I want to listen to it because I want to understand what he was saying in here. So hold on. Let's do this. Bro, what? He really did that. He really did that. Whoa. Whoa, he really just did that.
Drake likes young girls. He's trying to, like, you know, pep up Kendrick through the voice of Tupac. And then also the voice of Snoop Dogg, who's alive, but he's still using AI filters.
Whoa, that's weird.
And then at the end goes into, like, a 15-second diatribe about how goated Taylor Swift is. I'm not making it up. This was only posted on Instagram. It can't be posted anywhere because I think it got sued, taken down, cease and desist by the Tupac estate. And it blows because the AI was cringe. It was just fucking cringy and lame. Anyway, Kendrick replies. After being egged on for weeks, there's like 10 days of hiatus. Everyone was saying, damn, fucking Drake's going in. He won this rap beef. Kendrick doesn't even reply. He releases a song called Euphoria. And in the song, I think probably the most biting line was how many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough. And in the totality of the song is kind of poking at Drake for not like he's half white, half black, but more like maybe pretending to be black and using other black artists to bolster the fact that he's black and part of black culture and maybe like, you know, faking being black sometimes.
Yeah.
Drake's known for like he randomly had a Jamaican accent for a while. He switches accents a lot. And so he's making fun of that here. And that was the general vibe with Euphoria. Again, another fire song. And he ends with, hey, we don't want to hear you say the N-word anymore, in kind of a ballad. And then before Drake can reply, Kendrick drops another song, 616 in LA, which was released at 616 in Los Angeles. And if you look online, people say it's a quintuple entendre. I'm not going to get into that. But this one is mostly about how Drake has moles, how he has leaks inside of his entourage, his organization, and how he shouldn't trust the people around him because they are leaking a lot of stuff. That was the general vibe, and that was about it. Later that day, Drake releases Family Matters, and Family Matters was like a 7-minute plus song that goes after a bunch of people. And I'm leaving out a lot of shit. Right? There's other characters. There's other people who are involved with this beef like Rick Ross. In this song, Drake
and Rick
also
Ross.
calls The Weeknd gay. That's in this. That happens. He has beef with The Weeknd. I think he makes fun of A$AP Rocky for dressing well and having a child. Bunch of other shit. We're focusing on Kendrick and Drake here. And this, if you don't know, is symbolic because it's the van from Good Kid, Mad City. One of Kendrick's biggest albums, and it's him crushing it to smithereens.
But again, that's not the right van. That's not the same van. People are like, oh my god, he destroyed his... No! Dumb? No one knows what that van is.
Biggest line here is that Drake reveals that he heard one of Kendrick's kid might be Dave Freeze. One of Dave Freeze's kids. Claims basically Dave Free slept with, impregnated Kendrick's fiancée Whitney, and that one of their kids now is actually Dave Free's kid. And Dave Free is a childhood friend, right-hand man of Kendrick. I'm reading this, co-founding a creative company and label of PG Lang together. They basically have a company together, and they're saying there's infidelity with his best friend and his fiancée.
Damn!
Which is kind of a pretty bold statement to say. And then he says the N-word a bunch of times, presumably because Kendrick was like, hey, we don't want to hear you say the N-word. So he said it a shit ton of times. It's a fucking great song. Full stop. Family Matters, great song. But within 30 minutes of it coming out, 30 minutes, Kendrick released a song called Meet the Grams, which is Drake's last name. Aubrey Graham, that's his last name. And I'm just going to play. I've been able to play Kendrick's music without getting taken down, so I'm just going to play the first 10 seconds to give you an idea.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that
Oh, I'm in his face. Shit. So sorry.
It's not responsive.
So sorry.
Yeah, so he's saying Dear Adonis, which is the name of Drake's kid, which was revealed in a Pusha T beef a while back. You don't need to know that, but he's basically doing a song that is a letter to different members of Drake's family, starting with his son Adonis, and he says he's not a man enough, and that he takes Ozempic to get abs, and Adonis, you shouldn't do this, you should just do push-ups, and gives him like life advice. And that's already a very creative way to do a diss track, but then it gets fucking dark and heinous. And this is a song that you kind of just, it's like a one-time thing, right? It's like watching The Conjuring. You're not going for yearly looks of it. It's kind of like Virgin Suicides with Kirsten Dunst. It would be weird if you watched that every single year, much like this song, because it's a bit haunting, would be weird to listen to like every single day on a run. Why? Well, I'll just play a line here.
Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy.
Sandra's
Now
Drake's
listen.
mom.
Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualize them with kinks of an info fetish. Damn! He understood being the beard just fit him better.
I hope this really doesn't get
He did
struck.
say that Drake, like Weinstein, should go into a jail cell and then just fucking die. And generally, it calls out Drake as a sex pest, a predator, and that people shouldn't be near him and his crew because he also hires predators. And he specifically calls out like LeBron's family and Steph Curry's family and says, don't go near Drake. Don't bring your children near them. They're predators. And then also, importantly, reveals that Drake has a hidden 11-year-old daughter that he has never released, told anyone about, has been keeping a secret. Which, if you don't know anything about Drake, is basically the only time he ever lost another rap beef, is when Pusha T revealed that he had a son, Adonis. So after this song comes out, Drake creates an Instagram story. And he says, hold on, can someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send her to me? These guys are in shambles. Saying, hey, I don't have a daughter. That's crazy. But he didn't reply to him being a predator and a bunch of predators being a part of his team. It's basically like Kendrick said, hey, man, you have a secret daughter. Also, you're a pedo. And Drake's like, dude, the daughter part was fake. So a bunch of people started making fun of Drake online. And because of Kendrick's strategy of releasing within 30 minutes of Drake's song, it also overshadowed Drake's song. And online, everybody's saying, or the majority is saying, is that Kendrick won. But he wasn't done. Because yesterday, he released another song.
Number one trending!
And the thumbnail for this song here is Drake's estate. It's called The Embassy, with a bunch of little markers here. Those markers, for your information, are what you would see on like a sex offender app to see sex offenders near you. And he's basically saying there's like fucking 15 sex offenders that you have on payroll. And the song Not Like Us basically goes into depth about that Drake has a bunch of predators on payroll, goes into depth on one guy specifically, Baca, and then also straight up calls Drake a pedophile. He basically drops the whole daughter thing and just goes full in. He goes, you're a fucking predator and pedophile and you are a sex pest and you're a problem. And then also kind of ostracizes him from other like rap creators that Drake has worked with, and said that you use them to make yourself feel more black, and you basically use black people to become the biggest creator in the world without actually being a part of black culture yourself. Pretty fucking insane song. Also way more fun to listen to than the previous one, which was much more haunting. And I think that is proven by the fact that it is the most viewed song of this entire feud. Number one on trending. It came out today. It has more views of any of the YouTube videos, more than Family Matters, more than Meet the Grams, even though it has been around for the least amount of time. Right? People really fucking have connected with this song.
Let's go see how many more views it just got, because this is crazy. Nineteen! Oh my god, it's only...
And then, finally, just a few hours ago, Drake replies. And still with the same sort of tune. And this is Dave Free. This is a screenshot of him dropping a heart on a picture of one of Kendrick's children. And he brings up the fact that Dave Free, Kendrick's close friend and associate, is followed on Instagram by Kendrick's fiance, and Kendrick himself is not followed by his fiance on Instagram. So again, trying to imply, hey man, your fiance and best friend had sex with each other and had a child, and now you call that one of your children. And also tried to defend against the underage pedophile predator allegations. And he said, I've never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I would have been arrested because I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested. Which makes no sense in my mind. As a defense, I'm too famous to be a pedophile. You know, he does have better defenses later. He also says, like, I wouldn't do that because you shouldn't let the fact that you're famous stop you from being a pedophile. It should just be that you aren't attracted to fucking kids and don't want to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
But I tweeted, I went on Twitter about this. I'm too famous to be a pedophile. It's crazy because there's so many famous pedophiles. I don't know the amount of pedophiles in the world, but I do feel like disproportionately they are famous because I feel like a lot of times people are using their fame, their power to leverage it into doing
Jared Leto
that are otherwise.
Jared Leto. What?
The average citizen is not doing. I have a list here of very famous pedophiles. The ones that we know of. There's many fucking others. And then the main actual like teeth in this song is that he brought up some hypocrisy. The fact that Kendrick Lamar basically went on record, put his money on the line, and said if you remove R. Kelly's songs from Spotify, this is in 2018 when there was a lot of pressure to remove them from Spotify, he will remove his own songs from Spotify. And if you don't know by now, R. Kelly, fucking horrible predator, pedophile.
If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the Savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite.
Terrible, terrible dude all around. So there is some hypocrisy there. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter, right? Like I'm happy as a human in this world to be like, okay, well, yeah, Kendrick is a hypocrite, but Drake, I guess you do have a guy on payroll that's, you know, fucking not the most uptight guy, and there are a couple weird videos of Drake surfacing online. I don't know if he's a pedophile. I have no fucking clue. I don't have any insight to their life more than the average person.
There's two photos, one video of him kissing a girl who claimed to be 17 when he was 27. Then there was another photo of him hugging Kylie Jenner when she was 16, I think.
But ultimately, that, to me, doesn't maybe sway my mind. And so right now, if I'm just going to encapsulate it in one thought, Kendrick Lamar is somewhat destroying Drake in this rap feud. And you can look at that based off the views. You can look at it based off of public sentiment. You can even look at it based off like the like to dislike ratio that Drake is currently getting on his songs. But if you don't want to take my word for it, because ultimately I'm a guy who listened to Final Fantasy soundtrack for the first 18 years of his life, you can listen to DJ Academics, who is famously one of the biggest Drake diehards, say this on his stream.
On whatever you got.
Yeah.
All of your intel, all of your feed, all of your inside information, all of your DMs, your text messages, whatever you got, you have dot up currently, right?
So with everything that you know, everything that you've heard of, you think Kendrick Lamar is up on Drake in this feud?
Yes, he is slightly up.
And he goes, yes, he is slightly up. And that's DJ Academic saying that, man. That's like Slime saying Mango's not the GOAT anymore. That's pretty big.
Damn.
Anyway, that's it. That's it for now. And this is the best time to start actually keeping up with the shit that's going on, because this is probably once in a lifetime that two of the most commercially successful and one of the most critically successful artists are feuding. This shit once in a generation. Thank you for watching. This is my
the best take ever. He has no take. He can't, because he like he said, doesn't listen to rap as much as he does in this industry. So it's actually insane that he's on this. But yes, we gotta wait for Kendrick to drop more, because he said he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In that last song that he did, Just Like Us, he literally said, I could go deeper, dude. You want to go deep, I'll go deeper. So, here's what I gotta say for the future. Kendrick better send proof that his child is his child. That will destroy Drake. And all this, his last diss track would be astronomically muted. Because at that point, Drake only has him being short. That's all he got. Him being short. The only ammunition that he has is his domestic abuse and Dave Free being the baby daddy of his child. So if Kendrick shuts him out on that, he's got nothing else. So I hope he's cooking up something very, very good, because if he's not, then we gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. But like I said, if Kendrick gets A$AP Rocky, Future, Weeknd, Rick Ross, all the motherfuckers that don't like Drake, Metro Boomin, maybe 21 Savage, they'll go all ape shit on Drake. And then Drake will just have to delete all his music. Imagine that. Imagine a world where Drake has no songs. No songs at all. It's gonna be crazy. So I think we gotta let Kendrick, digest it a little bit, I think him posting Meet the Grams was a coincidence, because, Drake posted 3 videos, then Kendrick posted one, and then wanted to post another one, and it just so happened that he posted one. Maybe he planned it, we don't know. We have to find out. But I'm glad that he didn't post one last night, because no one would see it that much. So we gotta wait. I think we're in the feud of a little digest everything, get it ready, get it set. I think Kendrick needs to, digest it, because, you can't be rapping about stuff that you are talking out of your ass, because then you're just going to look like an ass. So I think Kendrick is being smart about this time, and he's going to digest it. He's going to point out everything that Drake just said last night with, whatever that song is, The Like by Part 6, or whatever that song is. Yes, Heart by Part 6. Okay, Heart by Part 6. So we're gonna have to wait for that. Though, thank God he didn't play that much music, because DMCA strikes are very harsh on YouTube and Twitch. So, please listen to these songs on your own and enjoy them. I'm just here to get the clicks and the views, but it is really hot shit. This is really hot shit. So, I'll see you guys later.